Mass shootings over the weekend leave more than 30 people dead and dozens hurt.
22 of those victims died inside a Texas Walmart. Police say 21-year-old Patrick Cruces opened fire at the store in El Paso Saturday. Shoppers included families at a back-to-school sale. 2 more people died this morning. Many others are still in the hospital. Police believe the shooter wrote an anti-immigrant document before carrying out the shooting. Federal authorities are investigating this as an act of domestic terrorism. They're also considering bringing hate crime charges, which carry the death penalty.
And the city of Dayton, Ohio grapples with the aftermath of a deadly shooting there. Police say 24-year-old Connor Betts killed 9 people before police killed him. He opened fire on the streets of the city's popular Oregon district. His own sister died. Police say he showed up wearing a ballistic vest, a mask, and protective earmuffs. The man fired 41 shots in less than 30 seconds with a gun he bought legally.
Dayton's mayor credits police officers' quick thinking and quick response to that shooting, saying that saved lives.
Reporter Brett Brooks spoke with local law enforcement about the shootings. Brett, what did the departments say about what to do if the worst happens?
They gave me 3 steps. And when it comes to surviving for the first responders, they say it's all about timing. Since Columbine, the Alders Training Institute has been studying which practice is best to survive an active shooter situation. They say you should follow these 3 actions to help keep you alive. Run, hide, or fight back. Those are what Chris Alders with the Rockford Police Department recommends if you ever come face to face with a shooter. But new research suggests your best chance of survival may be to get out.
And sometimes people barricaded and actually had viable options. They had plenty of time to actually get out of the building. And some of those people that tried to hide, maybe not barricade, but they just hid for several minutes and the shooter was active for a long time, the shooters ended up getting to them and unfortunately they lost their lives. Where if their first priority would have been, hey, I got this way to get out, and they got out, they probably wouldn't have had to lose their lives. If the person is right there and you can't do nothing else, you know, instead of laying or giving up, what can you do to try to save yourself as much as possible and fight back? That's a last case scenario, but it's there.
Law enforcement across the country and right here in Winnebago County train on how to respond to these situations.
In Winnebago County, whether you're the Rockford Police, Loves Park Police, Winnebago County Sheriff's Department, we all work together real well. We back each other up. We listen to each other's radio calls. When we hear a hot call or an emergency call, every agency is more than willing to respond and back each other up.
Officials say it comes down to speed and how quickly they can stop the terror.
It's neutralize the threat. You got to stop the threat immediately. That's the #1 priority. That's the only priority. It's all about getting a police presence, flooding the area with police, and responding to the threat in a timely fashion.
The Rockford Police Department works with local businesses in case of an active shooter situation. They can come to the workplace and based off your employees and the building, they can come with the action plan to keep everyone safe in case something like this happens.
It's a shame we have to hear about advice like this nowadays.
Yeah, it is.
Brett, thanks.